This is the day that the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Good morning. God bless you tremendously as you go into this new week. As we continue to speak on the topic of good works and doing good things and what we're supposed to do. Remember, we started by talking about our heart, and then we looked and we broke it down, looking at what we look at, what we hear, what we speak, what we think, and then of course what we're supposed to do. And we're not focusing on those things that you're not supposed to do. Of course, be aware of those things so you can avoid them and you can see when those temptations are coming. But more so, let us focus on what God has called us to do. Let us focus on doing the things as Jesus Christ demonstrated. Let us focus on doing those things that pleases the Father, that makes him very proud of us, that gives him glory, that causes other persons to look upon us and they want to now follow Jesus as well. That is what we're focusing on. And this week in particular, we're going to be looking at those things that would hinder us from doing the good work, from doing the work that our Father has set before us to do. Now remember that we are not saved by works, we are saved by grace. So we don't do work to be saved. Grace has been freely given to us. Jesus Christ paid that price. No one can buy it at all. But what we do, God saves us to do work. So we're not saved by works, but we're saved to do works. And of course, in our walk of Christianity, there are things that will come up that will try to stop us and block us from doing the work that God has called us to do. And the first one that we're looking at, let us go into Mark chapter 12, verse 30 to 31. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. And the second, like it, is this: you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. The scribes were asking Jesus about the first commandment. And there, of course, were trying to reason with him and trip him up. And he pretty much wrapped up all of the commandments. By the way, they're not only 10, they're over 150. There's so many commandments riddled throughout the Bible. And he wrapped it all up in this one. Love the Lord your God with everything that's within you, and love your neighbor as yourself. And this is the greatest commandment. Now, when we are able to love God, we are now in a position to do the good work out of love. We're not doing good work for accolades, we're not doing good work out of religion, and we're certainly not doing it for salvation at all. But we're doing it because we love the Lord. Our hearts are filled with love towards him, and likewise, we are loving our neighbor as ourselves. Our hearts are first filled with that love that God has shown us and demonstrated towards us, and now we are reciprocating by loving him and loving our neighbor, because we can't say that we love God if we do not love our neighbor who we can see. So this is the first thing. And the thing that will hinder us from doing the work of God is a lack of love. Remember in Corinthians, it says that we'll be a sounding brass and a clanging cymbal if it is that we are doing things without love. So a lack of love will hinder us from doing the good work. Because if we don't have that love for God in our heart, then we're not seeking to obey him. Remember, that's how we demonstrate our love towards him. And then we're not able to serve others, to bless others, to help others. We are to do that from a place of love. So that's one thing to look out for that will hinder us from doing the good works. A lack of love. So God loves us. He is love. Receive that love and love him with everything. Love your neighbor as yourself and demonstrate it. Love is an action word. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.